What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another episode of the Road to Glory, where we are starting today by ending our champs run. And we're going to talk a little bit about the champs this weekend because it was terrible. Terrible. Not my worst performance, but off the back of 11-4 last week and me feeling like I'm actually a better player rather than just spamming finesse shots from 30 yards. I ended up on 8 wins this time around, which is really embarrassing because I was 7-5. And then I went to 7-7 and I lost one game to probably the worst player I've played by far in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I lost 4 games this weekend, guys, after being in the lead with a few minutes to go, sometimes 85th minute, sometimes 90th minute, conceding, it going to extra time, and then me losing 4 times, which is really, really painful. However, I thought I'd start, guys, with showing you just some of the goals that I did score this time around, because I have improved. As I say, you know, we talked about it last video, but I have improved with regards to how I'm playing the game. And believe it or not, even though I went 8-7 this weekend, I do think I'm a better player than the last weekend where I hit 11 wins. And it is because I'm starting to notice and understand the patterns and some other certain aspects of how I want to play the game. And I'm trying to add it into my game, and it's costing me sometimes. But this is like a prime example of a goal that I've been scoring right now. I actually wanted the ball there for little, and it's using the second runner, get in behind. That one there went to Havertz, so we got a good finish. Now, I did score a finesse goal in this game anyway, but you know, if they're there, they're there. This guy didn't want to press me, so I took that one with Bukayo Saka, and then I think my first goal. Is this a finesse goal? I don't think it was, actually. Oh, it might have been. Oh yeah, it was. Look at that, he gave me the room again, and we hit it at the top of the box. One thing I noticed, and I don't know if I'm going to show any of the champs gameplay, not because I'm embarrassed or anything, you know, I've had worse weekends, trust me. And I'm gutted to not have got 9 wins to get that second mastery token, but that is what it is. That's a, you know, that's a me thing, a me problem, and we've got to improve our skill set to get up on that. But one thing that I noticed, right, there was one game, I was 1-0 up against this guy, and I got a red card on Gabriel Jesus. And after I got the red card on Gabriel Jesus, I smashed him 4-0. And it was so easy because I didn't have him almost in the way. And I thought after that, do you know what? Maybe, just maybe, well, let me pack Odegaard, just maybe I need to switch into a 3-man front line. You know, there's no point me constantly trying to make this 2-man front line work. But also, like, one thing that I know is that the most overpowered formation right now. Oh, here we go. Joelinton. Yeah, the most overpowered formation right now is a 4-4-2. Oh, here we go. Come on. It's low. So we'll take Joelinton there. I can't imagine he's like extremely expensive, but you know what? That's really nice. 90,000 coins is really nice. That, I'm not even kidding when I say this. That is our best weekend league reward so far, like the whole game cycle. A 90,000 coin player goes far and above. Now, we'll finish up the rewards, and then I want to, as I say, I want to take you through the team and discuss the team a little bit. In before he's worth way more than 90,000 coins. I've got to go and check now because he instant sold, and that's quite annoying. He is worth... Oh, no, he's 95 on the nose. Nice, so I sold him for what he was worth. Odegaard, however, who I wouldn't mind picking up, is down at 580, and I think it's time to buy him, and it might be time to buy Gabriel back as well. One of the craziest things for me this weekend league, and I'll talk you through it when we go into the team, but it was just not having certain things within the team was noticeably worse. And I'm not just talking about the finesse shot striker. Oh my days, look at that for a pack. We get 87 Marquinhos. Oh, these are, guys, no word of a lie. These are absolutely my best rewards ever. 2 87s and 85. 2 85s, couple 83s, these can just discard. 86 Mkhitaryan, hopefully he's untradeable, he is. And then Larin as well. And this was actually a card that I was interested to use. 6'2" with aerial plus. His dribbling's a bit poor, but there's some fun aspects to that card. But for the fact that we only went 8 and 7, and this is what I say is, guys, every time, isn't it? You can finish 13, 14, 15 wins and just get bread, and you can finish on 6, 7, 8 wins and get some nice players. And we've managed to hit ourselves some nice players, including a really good tradable card as well, which is good. And then we've packed Lionel Messi. Now, I know he's dirt cheap. We've also hit Koundé, done tradable, but he's a big one for that new promo. So another good set of players there, and then loads more players go into the duplicate storage before getting our Champions Mode Mastery Pack. And it's, oh my days! No way! It is McAllister. Obviously, he's not worth anything because he's... Nah. This card looks so good. 4-star, 4-star. Very good passing. Very good dribbling. Very good physicals. Good defending. Good attacking. And good pace. And then he's got press proven, first touch, anticipate, ping pass, power shot, and incisive pass plus with box to box plus. I can't believe I've hit 90 McAllister. I did do squad battles last night. I only went to Silver 3 because I left it. I just forgot. I just left it too late. And I was like, you know what? Silver 3 was such a few, short amount of games. So I've got 2 of these Mode Mastery tokens now after Little Kim, obviously. 2 of them gives us an 83 by 30. But that McAllister is nice. 1 gives an 81 by 15. Oh, no, I need 3 of them for the 83 by 30, which is all right. Do you know why? Because I actually think what I'm going to do is I am going to put McAllister into one of these, maybe the 85 by 20. What's the 85 by 30? 8. I might try and go for 8 and get the 85 by 30. But what I'll do is I'll use McAllister in the meantime until we get to put him into here. Right, I want to talk about the team because there's a few players here that are really surprisingly good and really surprisingly bad. So I have Ian Wright here. As I said, I ended up with a red card on Gabriel Jesus, which is a bit of a pain. But this was basically the team that I've been using this whole weekend league. First of all, I think Kai Havertz is good. I like him. There you go. 27 goals, 26 assists in 33 games that I've played with him since I bought him back. I like this card. I'm just not getting the best out of him. I cannot get on well with Gabriel Jesus. I know people keep telling me that Power Shot Plus is more better than Finesse Shot Plus. I just disagree. And it might be the fact that he's 4-star, 3-star. But he's got good play styles. He's got Relentless. He's got Advanced 4 Plus. I don't like him. I need to replace him. He's got to go out of the team. We've got to find a more suitable player that's going to work with the balance of the team. But like I said, I might switch to a 3-man up front, but I want to try 4-4-2. Bukayo Saka, obviously, guys, is just the best player in the team by some distance. He now has 167 goals in 165 games with 55 assists. Kim Little, I really like. But there is one problem with this card that I don't like. And it's the fact that not her per se, but it's the fact that I don't have a 5-star skiller. I bought Erdegaard on a couple of times in that role for Kim Little, and just being able to use a few of his skill moves, 5-star skill moves, including one of the new ones, the L1 hocus pocus trick thing where he does a weird step over and then bursts into the space. I'm just like, as soon as I had Erdegaard on the field, I felt in more control in the midfield. And he's not a better player, not by any stretch of the imagination from Little Kim. You know, she's got 2 less passing, but she smashes him everywhere else. And it just made me think, I really need to buy that Martin Erdegaard, that better version of Erdegaard. It's not that I necessarily want to get rid of Kim either, because I do really, really, really like her. And I do think that we could use her as a box-to-box. But she's only got box-to-box plus. And then Jorginho, I can't speak highly enough about this card. Even though, I know 8 and 7 is bad. I genuinely feel like I'm a better player than last week. I feel like I got a little bit unlucky with matchmaking, but also losing 4 games in extra time after leading in the dying minutes. This was another 10-11 win weekend if I just could be a bit more composed, but I wasn't, and so it wasn't. It doesn't matter. I really, really, really like this Jorginho. And when I'm thinking about potentially switching to a 4-3-3, There's two big caveats as to why. First of all, like I say, I haven't found a good right striker. Well, Smith was the only one that I've used that was good, and that's because she's got an insane finesse shot, right? When I got that red card and the team looked like this, it just seemed a lot better. So if I switched into a 4-3-3, I get to use Jorginho, Little, and Erdegaard, and that could be really, really fun for the account. The other thing that we've got, if I switch to a 4-3-3, is we have got, who was it? Inside forward on Trossard, or he's got left wing plus rolls anyway. And there was one other as well. Oh, and I could then put Ethan Nwaneri into that Evo, get him left wing with inside forward plus, and have Nwaneri in the team as well. And I think he would be fun to play with. I don't know. I have to figure out the Evo pattern and the Evo paths we've got going on. I tell you what as well. I really like McCabe. I think she is fantastic, but there's a few problems with this card. The passing is one of them. You know, she's a bit clunky sometimes on passes, a few misplaced passes and stuff. And the 3-star weak foot is one of them. If this card can ever get evoed to a 4-star, 4-star or better and a passing upgrade, she goes straight back in the team. But as it is, I don't mind dropping Ms. McCabe out of the team as well. And so again, if we then look at a 4-3-3, I just think we've got potentially better options in there. Also, once Manham has finished in the El Torero, he gets a really good card as well. And so I wouldn't mind having the ability to use her, Nwaneri, Lewis Skelly. It could just be a lot of fun, a fair bit of fun. When it comes to the back line, we've been speaking for weeks about how Ben White is letting this team down. And it is just more and more evident every week when I'm facing up against these guys that have got Jairzinhos and all of these like Ronaldinhos. We faced a few of those this weekend. Like he just literally just can't compete. He just can't compete. He's not anywhere near good enough. The sad part is we just don't have a better player. We don't have a better option. The only player that is there is Alex Scott, and she's not good enough to the point where it's even worth having her as an upgrade over Ben White. Saliba's decent, still needs to be improved upon. Calafiori's decent, but he's just a little bit off the pace. I don't really know what it is. Maybe it's his playstyles. His playstyles are all right. I don't know what it is with him. Maybe it's just having dead balls and a playstyle plus instead of like a bruiser plus or an aerial plus or something like that. Or, a jockey plus or a block plus or something like that. And then Ashley Cole's brilliant. I really like Ashley Cole in the team. So I wanted to switch. And this is one of the reasons why, again, like I say, I don't necessarily want to show you guys the weekend league games, is because I'd rather try and go forwards with the team rather than look at us going backwards. Because I think it would just be more enjoyable to actually change the formation, change the setup, maybe put that McAllister in there for a few games, and kind of see what we can do with a new style of play, a new formation. I'm like, that is so nice to get this McAllister, isn't it? He's actually so sick. What's he got best stats? What's he got best rolls for? DDM he's got holding plus. Centre mid he's got box to box plus. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in there over Little just for a. He's got holding plus and centre half plus. What's Jorginho got? Centre half plus. I might use his centre half plus because I do get caught out defensively a lot anyway. And then up in the left wing for now, we've got either Trossard or Sterling. I swear I had somebody else that I was like, I'd really like to try them there. Oh, I packed Savinho. It might have been Gabriel Martinelli. I've got some things to show you guys. It is Gabriel Martinelli because he's got inside forward. Let me show you. I completely forgot. How do we go to the media gallery real quick? I literally recorded me doing this, and then my face cam had like frozen, and so none of it was there. But I claimed all of these rewards. I claimed both of these. Is the one? Nope, it must be the other one. Wait. Tell me I recorded it. No. I thought I went and got it on game capture. So I've got Strand Larson and Munoz. I claimed these player picks. I do have it. I know I recorded it. I must have just kept the gameplay recording. Hold on. Well, guys, I apologize. I didn't record it. But I claimed all of those picks. Let me show you what we got off the back of it. It wasn't anything major. And when I hit Savinho, I was like, oh my days, like that's sick. So we got Munoz and Larson, which you did see me just pick up from that. I hit Savinho and Oscar. And this Oscar just looks so good. He's got left wing winger. Got Tiki Taka plus, really good passing. I might just play with some of these cards, like just to give them a try, you know. And especially this Savinho, because he's got 4-star, 4-star. And I couldn't believe how cheap he was because he looks really good. Especially with these play styles, you know, ping pass, long ball pass, whip pass, finesse shot, relentless, technical, and rapid plus. And then he's got a left wing winger and inside forward plus. And then Larson, he looks like my kind of guy, you know, target forward plus plus. Got Travella plus finesse shot, power shot, quick step, relentless, first touch, and aerial. He's got good pace, good shooting, great physicals, and then he's got 4-star, 4-star, and he's 6'4". I genuinely think he'll be like my cup of tea. We got Wing from the Squad Battles Mode Mastery token, and then these are the rewards that you saw. So these are the cards that I picked up from those player picks. It's nothing like too major, but it's still. I remember just looking at certain players and thinking, yeah, do you know what? I can actually like do some bits now. With this Gabriel Martinelli being 4-star, 4-star, I do think that we could really use him with that incisive pass plus, the quick step, the technical, the Travella, the whip pass, the finesse shot, the inside forward plus. In a formation like this, I feel like I can probably play better with the way I want to play. And if this fails, I think I'm going to switch to the 4-4-2 and try and emulate the way the pro players are running their teams. But with that being said, we would still need to get some tactics on here. And also, I don't know what you guys feel about Martinez. I don't know if you have Martinez in your team. I just don't like him. He's definitely the best keeper that we could have, but I don't like him. Playing with Ben White on fullback this whole time. Maybe that's why he's been playing so bad. Maybe that's why I've not saying that's why I've lost so many games, but maybe that's why I've lost so many games. Right, centre half plus for Jorginho. That means I want Ashley Cole then to. Oh, I don't want him to defend. No. We want McAllister box to box. Erdegaard as playmaker plus on roaming. Want him to find those spaces. Martinelli, we want inside forward roaming. Nope. Inside forward attack. Havertz and Saka. We now get the benefit of having Saka on inside forward plus rather than inside forward plus. I just feel like this will be a better setup for me, but I don't know for sure. It's going to require playing some games and testing it out. But first, even though I don't really need too much XP anymore, I'm about 2,500 away from the end of the season pass. What I really want to do for you guys today is go ahead and get those packs in the Evo Lounge and get some more packs to open for today's video. And yeah, like I say, guys, I honestly just don't want to subject you to the horrific football that I played during this weekend league. It's very rare that I don't show games. Like, you know, sometimes I cut out losses or cut out games that just weren't fun. But it wasn't a good weekend league of gameplay because I felt like I was trying to learn a new way to play. Maybe I should have done it in Rivals and Champs, but I did it where I did it. And so with that, let's play some Rivals with this team and take some comments from the chat. So guys, as we go into the first games, I changed my formation so much in just these few games that you're going to see. I went from this 4-3-3, which I absolutely hated, into a 3-5-2, and then from the 3-5-2 into a 4-4-2, and the 4-4-2 back into the 4-1-3-2. I just feel the most comfortable with the 4-1-3-2. But I've got 4 comments from today, and if I don't have like too much gameplay today, so if it goes over, we'll just go back onto the account. The first one is from Will. He says, "Hey Neb, I had an idea. Instead of dropping the Retro RTG to focus on Arsenal one, why not combine the two? Carry on with the Arsenal account, but when you get these Evos that don't work for any Arsenal players, you just use a Retro player instead. Could be quite fun." Yeah, I had thought about that, and you know, like as we speak, I've got 2 hours left to complete Steph Catley. And I'm not going to be able to complete her in time because, again, I'm so disengaged with Evos in this moment. I had thought about that, but the problem that I kept like facing was there will be an Arsenal player or an Arsenal past and present player or, you know, an Arsenal Academy player. I actually have a really, like, I'd love to, like, Evo up Arsenal Academy players that kind of don't ever get promo cards, but, like, Academy players that are actually decent, not, like, you know, players that are just languishing in, like, Division 2 or whatever. And it made me actually kind of really, like, appreciate UFL's growth system, because for UFL it's everyone can get up to a 91 rated, I believe, and you almost get to pick, not even almost, you get to pick your playstyles with the players. But then obviously there's things like body type, skill moves, and weak foot, and just the general stats that are there. And when it comes to evolutions and when it comes to player growth on this game, I love the idea of being in control. Even if EA limit or make it ridiculously more challenging the higher up you get, you know, like, let's say to take a Bukayo Saka from an 87 to an 88 requires 30,000 XP, but to take a player from, say, a 75 to a 76 requires 2,000 XP. Take a player from, you know, a bronze player from a 55 to a 56 is 100 XP, 56 to 57, 100 XP, and so on like that. Because then I'd be able to, like, actually play up all of the players that I would want. And then when a player gets a promo card, if they're better than what you've got, you get the promo card, which means packs are still relevant, right? People would still want to go to the store. And if they're not better than what you've got, you carry on just grinding. And when you, or maybe, like, for example, imagine if I, like, farmed up Bukayo Saka's 87 gold to, like, a 90, and then the new Saka comes out as an SBC, I'm still going to want the SBC one because it's got better playstyle plus, better playstyles in general, 4-star, 4-star instead of 4-star, 3-star. And so, like, again, if they made it, like, exponentially difficult, or not, like, not to the point where it's, like, not even ever worth it, but if they made it really challenging to, like, grind up higher rated cards, people would still go to the store. I don't think it would bother them, but I do feel like this year, going to get into a bit of an Evo rant, I guess. I do feel like this year, EA have gone out of their way to make Evos falling because they're worried that if people have got sick Evo cards, they won't go to the store. And so they are gatekeeping Evos like we would never believe. And it's just really sad because you look at the team that I've got now as we're switching into the 3-5-2. Ben White and Calafiori are the only two Evo cards. I suppose technically Jorginho is as well because, you know, we put him in that specific card type Evo. But even if that didn't exist, it wouldn't have, you know, he would have just been his 86 version or whatever. And isn't that sad? Like, isn't that sad? Like, it's nice that we've got so many promo cards, and we're going to get onto a comment about buying some promo cards in a second as well. It's nice that we've got so many promo cards, but it's so sad, like, the boost that it gives, or rather that it doesn't, and the way that this game is played specifically at, like, a higher level. Because once you get to a point, and I noticed this week with my weekend league games, once you get to a point of, like skill, I suppose, like, I don't know where that is, Division 4, Division 3 maybe, closer to Division 2 potentially, sort of like the 10 win, 9 win, 10 win ranks. Once you hit that level, you have to have, like, certain things to be able to break down the way your opponent plays defensively. And so not having finesse shots and not having Trickster and not having Aerial Plus or having Van Dijk and Konate that I played more times this weekend than I care to play against any player ever in a video game. Like, when you just don't have those things, but also not only do you not have those things, the things that you do have are just 3-4 levels below everything else anyway. It just becomes real unfun from that Evo aspect specifically, and so I definitely have been, like, considering what to do when it comes to Evos, because I really want to have fun with the Arsenal Evo cards, but in this, at the moment, I just can't. I just feel like I'm, like, lost with it. One more comment that I want for real quick here is from Lammy. He says, "Hey Nep, as a FOMO person myself, changing 2 years ago to a fully Arsenal RTG helped me massively on not giving too much on missing out. Not giving too much on missing out. Yeah, I used to do all the SBCs and popular Evos because they look so good at that moment, which made me miss out on more expensive Arsenal promo cards or SBCs down the line. All for Evos or SBC players that were used for 4 to 5 games before going back to the players I like to play with, hence the Arsenal players." Yeah, I completely get you. I completely get you, right? Like, it's one of those strange things, isn't it, where Like, you want to try the SBC cards, you want to try certain promo cards, you want to try certain Evos, and that's what I mean by like, I wish we just had more Evos. Like, so to round off the Evo point is, I would love to do some retro Evo cards, but we don't have enough to do them, right? And so you end up missing out on something somewhere, which really sucks. But yeah, like looking at my team right now, and as we finish this game off here, we'll go back onto my team as well. Because I do think buying Gabriel with Aerial Plus and buying Martin Odegaard's promo card that's 4-star, 5-star, or 5-star, 4-star, whichever way around we're going to look at it. And generally speaking, looking at there we go. We're back into Division 2 after getting relegated after one of those losses. But generally speaking, looking at a few other bits and bobs in like, let me go into the game now. Generally speaking, looking at a few other bits and bobs that I could do and how many coins I've got right now. It's not impossible. Sorry, the screen's going to go blank for you guys just for a moment. It's not impossible to really improve my team. I am bitter. I can't lie. I'm very bitter about Kelly Smith. I'm gutted. Wait, did I say I lost connection in the last game? I certainly didn't. You just see me win it, you lying. I'm gutted about Kelly Smith because she was awesome. She was awesome. Like to say that she carried me to those 11 wins would be an understatement. And although I could just go and buy her back now, it feels so painful because yes, I made 100,000 coins profit and nobody can tell the future. But the fact that she's nearly 1.1 million right now is just pain. But I notice it massively. One of the biggest things I actually notice about this team massively, like Calafiori as well, because his playstyle plus is terrible, but no playstyle plus on Sterling or Havertz really sucks. And the same as if I use Ian Wright as well, it really sucks because he's got chip shot. I did use Larson, guys, as you can see, 1 goal in 3 games. I'm not playing good at the moment, which is another comment I wanted to get to. But yeah, anyway, getting the best possible Arsenal cards. Like if I looked at Arsenal and saw what could we afford, if we just look at the players that are there. I mean, I could afford Saliba, but it would take up all of my coin balance. Yes, we can buy Odegaard. I don't know how much that Jesus is, actually. He might be a bit more interesting for me compared to the Power Shot Plus one I've got right now, because he's got Travella Plus, which is nice. He's 4-star, 4-star, which is a bit better. He's got more rolls, which is nice. He's got Relentless, Technical Flair, and First Touch, which is nice. And of course, it's a live card from the pro scene, so he could get upgrades. So it might be worth me like going out and buying Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, and Gabriel with Aerial Plus, and just being like, yeah, let's play with that best team, and then maybe get like, I don't know. I think that would even be enough. It's this left hand side that's the problem. Sterling's not good. Martinelli's not good. Like maybe getting Martinelli into a different Evo would be a little bit better. Let me actually have a look at what Evo paths Gabriel Martinelli currently has. Martinelli, because I think he fits into one of the Evo paths that is there, doesn't he? One of the really cool ones. So he fits into Dino Magic, which now again I already have a Gabriel Martinelli, but getting this version of Gabby Martinelli at left wing with Trickster. What roles does he have? And wide playmaker plus at left wing. And having the cam as an option. That's just not a bad card all of a sudden, you know? And then if we play him left wing on a Hawk or something, great pace, great shooting, very good physicals. Not the best passing or dribbling, but with Trickster and Technical, Flair, First Touch, Quick Step, Finesse Shot, Whip Pass, and Travella. That is, and 5-star, 4-star, of course. All of a sudden, it gives me a card that could be a bit of a difference maker. The other person that we could put in there, which would make a bit more sense, is Raheem Sterling, because I hate this 86 Raheem Sterling. I think it's terrible. It doesn't do anything for me. But yeah, we can put Sterling into here, and then we could put him into one of those ones as well if we wanted. Not that it would make any difference. But then Sterling has got much better dribbling than Martinelli, 5-star, 4-star. He'd have wide playmaker plus also at left wing and some plus roles at left mid. And of course, left mid is where I'm going to be playing him. Trickster, technical, rapid, first touch, quick step, and finesse shot. Now, I don't like this card nearly as much. I like Martinelli with it. I haven't evoed a gold Martinelli because, believe it or not, I haven't packed a gold Martinelli yet. Can you imagine? But yeah, that's where we're at with it, guys. And I know I've waffled a lot today, so apologies. But, you know, I used that McAllister for a game or two, and just seeing him on the field gave me this feeling of like, I just need to be using like Little Kim. Like, you know, she's a little bit worse in some areas, a little bit better in some areas, but I was like, what's the point of having this really cool Arsenal player if I'm just going to use his McAllister? Now I will probably just still like have him around for a while, whatever. But I do think I'm going to spend everything that I can putting together the best possible Arsenal team and see if I can find a formation and stuff to make it work. Because as I say, I'm not playing the best right now. And the last comment that we'll take for today is from Will Clark. He says, "Hey, Nep, I watched your video about the importance of roles and started to completely change my team. I now have a full squad of role plus players and started using chem styles that boost positioning and awareness. I'm still by no means a 15-0 player, but my experience playing the game has completely changed. I now feel like I have control over my players more, knowing where they will be at any given time. I still lose the odd game to better players, absolutely, but it has made me a much better player and harder to beat. I rock Coman and Carvalho in defence, each with their pace in the 70s, and it's so easy playing against the fast meta players purely because they're always in the correct position." I love that for you, first of all. Brilliant for you. Love that. One thing that I noticed, and Raheem Sterling is like a perfect example of this, is it is one thing to have players in roles and boosting the attack positioning and defensive awareness, which hilariously I'm not doing with this Raheem Sterling card. It's an entirely other thing for them to still have like it's all well and good being in the right position, but it's pointless being in the right position if you're terrible when you're in the right position. And that's what I feel like with Sterling. You know, he's weak. He can't pass. Like, for some reason, his shooting is just terrible. Like, he has got nice play styles. He's got quick step and rapid. But for whatever reason, maybe it's the 4-star, 3-star, I don't know. I cannot get on with this card. Even if he's in the right place, like so many times. In fact, I don't know if I showed it in that video, in the gameplay that you guys just saw, but I had about 3 or 4 finesse shots with him at the top of the box, under no pressure, with like no one like in the vicinity, like really easy shots. And he's got finesse shot as a play style, and they all went like over the bar or wide of the goal. And I'm just like, what is happening here? How is he missing these shots? Like, and it's one of those things again where it's like, it's all well and good like having the roles and the role pluses and the stats in the right areas. But if the players are just bad, the players are just bad. And what I do awfully all the time is I start getting stressed and pressed, and I'm like, I start then changing and rushing and like really like letting myself down with how I play. And I just wonder if I had a better team, even of those Arsenal players, like if we took out Calafiori for Gabriel, if we took out Little Kim for Martin Odegaard, got Gabriel Jesus up front over Larson, who does also have Travella, which actually I left his Travella shot in right at the end of that game that was 2-2. Got into the, sent him through in the 93rd minute or whatever it was, 92nd minute, hit a Travella. It didn't even pop up. The Travella sign didn't even pop up on him, which was really, really disappointing because I was expecting that to go in. I can't lie. But yeah, I wouldn't mind persevering with him because I do think he could be very good. But the other thing I wanted to talk about with regards to roles is it's all well and good having an understanding, which we do, but it's all well and good having an understanding that roles make players play way better. Like having a role plus makes someone play way better than having a role plus or no role at all. It's a completely different thing to know what the role actually bloody does. Because EA are so ambiguous with how they explain what it does. Inside forward, I've learned. I've watched Bukayo Saka on this game so much because, you know, obviously he's my favourite player. We score an insane amount of goals with him. We've got a load of assists with him. And I'm always looking for him on the field. So I've really noticed what inside forward does. I can like write that down to a T. I can write a book on what inside forward does. Everything else, I have a general understanding of what it probably does. but I don't know what it actually does. So when I'm like building my team and I'm like, how would I like this team to play? Well, I think to myself, okay, I'd like my left mid to be like a wide playmaker or a winger, you know, more specifically a winger actually, which Sterling doesn't have. And I would like them to be left-footed with like whip pass or maybe like long ball pass. Because what I want is my right striker to be a target forwards so that I can whip passes into the target forwards and try and use their height and strength and stuff. The problem with that is it just doesn't seem to work. But also, because Bukayo Saka is an inside forward, he's occupying the space of where the target forward would be. So the target forward moves a bit more central. Now, all of a sudden, I haven't got that cross on anymore. And so it would be really nice for EA, I mean this sincerely, really nice for EA to give us a deep dive into how the roles actually function so that we can develop a team with lesser players. I'm not saying that this is a terrible team, but develop a team with lesser players to make the gaming experience way more fun. Anyway, guys, we are going to pick up some Arsenal players for the next episode. For today, this is going to be the end of the video. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.